All right, some slope problems that may show up that we'll be reviewing. We'll just do two of these together. The first one asks you to determine the slope given the points 5, 6, and 2, 0. So I wrote down the numbers in the table. The 5 is the x, the 6 is the y, the 2 is the x, and the y is the 0. The 0 is the y. So I wrote them down on the table. And I suggest you just go ahead and use a number line for this if you have any trouble with this at all. And a lot of you guys benefited from using a number line. I can't give you a number line on certain tests. Any test I give you, I'll gladly give you a number line, but there's no reason why you can't make one. So if you have to make one like on a big test, SOL, SAT, that sort of thing, go ahead, make up your number line on your piece of paper, and then you're good to go. So I have to find out the change in the y over the change in the x. So that means how far is it from 6 to 0? So I'm going to start at 6, and I want to go to 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to go from 6 to 0, it's negative 6 because it's going to the negative side. It's going to the left. From 5 to 2 on the x's, from 5 to 2, here's 5. I want to go to 2. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to the left 3, so that would be negative 3. Almost done with this one. I can't leave it like this, but if I reduce it, negative 6 divided by 3 is 2 over 1. Unplug my microphone. So if you're asked what the slope is, remember the symbol for slope is m. So the slope is 2 over 1, which would be a rise of 2 and a run of 1. That's the first problem. The second problem, let me erase, let me leave it all up here. That's kind of neat little function they have. Okay, that's that one over there. Let me clean up my number line. The second problem asks me to find the slope of negative 4 and 0 and negative 4 and 5. Now let me start off from it's still change in y over change in x. All right, to go from 0 to 5, and y is always first. Here's 0, here's 5. From 0 to 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's up 5. So because I'm going to the right 5. Now my change in x, I'm starting at negative 4, and I'm going to negative 4, so I'm going 0 spots. All right, so I have an answer of 5 divided by 0. Let me reduce that fraction, see what happens. 5 divided by 0. And when I press enter, the calculator says can't divide by 0. So that should tell you that's one of those weird ones. So it's either a Hoy or, let me write that so it doesn't look like a 2-year-old wrote it. It's either a Hoy or it's a Vux. Now, I know what it is by looking at it, but if you can't, go ahead and graph those numbers. And that's what I often do so I don't mess up a test. The points, let me just quickly kind of sketch it out. And it wouldn't have to be perfect because we're talking about either a horizontal line going in this direction or a vertical line. So my first point is negative 4 and 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 4 and 0. Make that black so it stands out. And the other line is negative 4 and 5. So if I connect those 2 points, that is definitely a vertical line. So for the slope of that one, the m would be undefined. And you're going to have to remember that. That's real important.